I would like to tell you about something that you might think is a crazy idea. What is the effect of climate change? It is the fact that you have a longer ripening season. Remember last year in October, we still had summer temperatures, which has made us think again of an old idea, which is the double cropping technique, which is extreme as a technique in a way. But you see, there is something good in this crazy idea. How is it possible with Vitis Vinifera to go for double cropping? And I'm not talking about the production of table grapes in climate, in a tropical climate. Here we talk about Vitis Vinifera at our latitudes. Of course, you have your primary production and cropping, but then mid-June, you prune rather drastically and just leave 6-7 leaves and eliminate possible shoots if there. Sucklings if there, and so what you do is to remove the dormant bud, which turns into an annual bud and not a biannual bud, which means that this triggers in the vine a second wave of grapes, so to say, which give you a double cropping. There is a primary production that happens earlier, and there is a second one which can occur after 40 to 34 days, which means that it is in a cool period of the year. What can you obtain? Well, you see, this is not primary cropping or harvest. That is the result of the dormant bud that we have stimulated on purpose for this reason. I understand that this is strange, but this is something that I offer to your attention.
Now look at the data. This is the yield per vine. This was a Pinot Noir. You have, well, F1 and F2 are the two so-called forced tests, because we're forcing the dormant bud to open more quickly. So approximately 1 kilo in primary production, half a kilo in secondary production, but that is not what matters most. It's the quality that matters most. From a bricks perspective, the level is higher here, but what is very interesting is evidently also the acidity. The acidity here is clearly higher, and even more important, look at the color. It's clearly higher. Is it surprising? Of course not, because here I'm accumulating color at a time of the season when it's cool, and we know well what the benefits are of both the temperature differential as well as not having temperatures that are too high when you need to accumulate color whenever that is needed, obviously. So here it's quite interesting. This is an Australian experience. My student has just come back from Australia. This is quite impressive. This is a Cab Sauv. You see the bottom part. This is the regular production that you pick at a certain date. Look up here where the arrow is pointing. These are the bunches that are secondary bunches that will ripen perhaps 40, 45 days later. So you can have two different, clearly differentiated quality levels.